Welcome to Adaptive Planning New Release presentation. My name is Olga Korne and I'm a functional consultant in Tieto-Evry. I have the following certifications: Workday Adaptive Insight Planning First certification and Workday Finance Record to Report and Procure to Pay. Let me introduce you to some webinar practicalities. You're welcome to join our digital HR community to be aware of news, event invitations, and some helpful content. Regarding this presentation, we welcome you to ask your questions via chat. I will cover them after my presentation. Also, the session will be recorded and sent to you on demand after the event. You may download the PDF file with this presentation for your notes. Please be aware of Workday's Safe Harbor statement, as some of the features are still under development. In this presentation, firstly, I'm going to speak about a few key features introduced in this release, which are display cube sheet size, version availability for list dimensions, and view dependencies enhancement for custom dimension values. Then I will shortly cover the rest of the features and introduce the roadmap to you with future improvements as well. So the first key feature is display cube sheet size. With this release, Workday enables you to view the percent of capacity that a cube sheet uses for each version. With this information, you have visibility into cube sheets size to enable proactive management of the model and make better design decisions when configuring cube sheets. Workday now provides the visibility into capacity of cube sheets within their versions. This is found by navigating to the level assigned and user assigned cube sheets in model management and clicking on the new functionality button View Capacity, which is next to Done and Erase All Data. The pop-up will require that you make the version selection. You can type the version name or scroll down to choose the one you need. When version is selected, View button is needed to be pressed. As a result, the percentage indicates that this cube is 43% full for this version. In case you want to change the version, please find it in the list again and note that you are required to press View once more, then the capacity appears. So in this way, you can check how much of the capacity each cube sheet uses for any active versions. If the sheet is approaching full capacity, you and your team can make adjustments to the sheet itself or to the display options. These adjustments improve the performance of the sheet. It is important to moderate the cube sheet size because once it exceeds the capacity, it will not be viewable to users on one or more versions. During development, you can use this feature to gauge the impact of cube design, such as adding a dimension, adding additional calculation, metric accounts, or calendar updates. To sum up a new functionality of cube sheet capacity, you can see this slide. It is strongly recommended that you use it for your own interest and benefit. Now we can go on with key feature number 2, version availability for list dimensions. Workday saves you time and effort with improved functionality for managing the version availability using the Excel-based template import. This enhancement will make it much easier to manage availability statuses for your dimension values. For fast updates to list dimension, you can now import version availability. In the spreadsheet export, you can update the version availability in the version columns. In the import template, you can add columns for each version name and make changes to the availability. A benefit here is that it reduces configuration time, particularly in model containing a large number of dimension members. It also gives easier maintenance and model management. So begin with the printable view download of the dimension that you are updating. Then update the dimension value rows to available or not available for each applicable version column. Finally, select the Update and Append Import option when you return to Model Management Dimensions. So let me show you the example with more detailed steps. You should navigate to Modeling and then to Dimensions. Then please filter the dimension you would like to update. It is Store in our example. I show this dimension since it is list dimension and version settings are available here. Store C should not be visible in the latest budget version in our example, so because this store is not active anymore. It is recommended to use Generate Printable View since it has version columns with version availability statuses. So as per our need, we change status for store C in our template for not available. That means that this dimension value will be hidden for this version. And then navigate to Import Dimension Structure. Make sure that Update and Append import operation is chosen. Choose the file and upload it. When it has successfully been loaded, you can see for Store C that Budget 2023 version is not available. It's not selected anymore. So there are some additional considerations to keep in mind. It is recommended that you import less than 100,000 changes to version availability at once. To change availabilities in the import spreadsheet, you can enter available, not available, or leave it blank to make no change. Updating the version availability is only available for list dimension, as mentioned before in the example. You can't make a dimension value unavailable in any version if the value is in use. You can check the View Dependencies link to resolve any in-use dimension values. And you can't update the availability of dimension values in locked versions. So to sum up, there is an improved functionality which is automatically available, but the manual update is still possible as well. And now we can move on to the last key feature, View Dependencies Enhancement for custom dimension values. In this release, Workday added additional tabs to view dependencies for custom dimension values. These additional tabs represent different areas of your model where dimension value may be in use. In the Usage tabs, Workday now provides more comprehensive information to help you locate where the model uses and references dimension values. This enhancement provides better insight into dependencies in your model, allowing you easily to make model changes such as deleting dimension values when it is needed. It enables customers to have insight into dependencies before decision to delete or make changes to a dimension. New dependencies can be accessed through modeling and then dimensions. Customer dimension is chosen in our example. We choose customer dimension value customer A and press view dependencies. Right away, we can see tab names and new info icon has been added. It is important to pay attention on when there is an info icon because it suggests that if the dimension value is in use for this model, you will be unable to do it the value. In total, there are 7 new tabs. First, I'm going to tell you about new tabs that offer information that you must resolve before deleting dimension values. So standard data in this slide, Workday lists the account, version, and level where dimension splits on standard sheet use the dimension value. Model data. Workday lists the name of model sheet that include rows with the dimension value and also the version and level, which includes any rows with mentioned dimension value. Cube data. We now see account code with the cube sheet prefix, version, and level for any intersection populated with data using the dimension value. Derived dimensions. Workday lists the name of the derived dimension that refers to the dimension value, version, and level. And for level dimensions, we can see level names and level codes that are tagged with the dimension value. Additionally, there are new tabs that provide extra information that you don't need to resolve before deleting dimension values. Transactions. We see accounts and levels where transactional data has been tagged with the dimension value in all accounts that support transactional data. And link properties, where Workday lists the account name and code of linked accounts that use the dimension value for apply dimension value or linked filter prompts. These tabs are updated to provide more information on how the model currently uses the dimension value. Additionally, in the Reports tab, now you can see the username of the report builder. Workday also includes reports that have the specific dimension value in the report builder canvas. A last change is that Workday renamed the Rules tabs to Allocation Rules. And for summary of the last feature, a key feature, please refer to this slide. Let me now present to you quickly some other features from this release. Adaptive planning user experience has many enhancements. Workday continues to align the Workday Adaptive Planning interface with Workday to provide a more consistent user experience. These are features to be mentioned in this area. Workday provides a new look and feel adopting Workday design patterns for the reset password experience and welcome page. With this update, Workday automatically enables new user interfaces by removing following checkboxes from the Visual Preferences page in Administration: Dashboards Overview, Metrics Report Viewer, and Workflow. To improve the user experience, Workday redesigns the Sheet Overview page and provides a new Add New button with the options Level Assigned Sheet and Assumption Sheet, the option Open the existing new sheet workflow in modeling, and More menu in each sheet row to rename, edit, and delete the sheet. The Edit option opens the existing Edit sheet workflow in modeling. To provide a more seamless user experience, Workday updates matrix reports in adaptive planning by enabling you to expand or collapse all parameters in the report viewer. By default, the parameters display as expanded. The expanded or collapsed state of the parameters persists when you run or save the report. Providing a new look and feel for the report snapshot page. Providing a new report download page. From here, you can navigate to the reports overview. Providing a new look and feel for the prompting parameters pages for matrix reports and report books. From here, you can now cancel out and return to the report page that you were last on. And lastly, refreshing the whole page in the matrix report viewer after you select Save As or change a report parameter. For accessibility on modeling, Workday continues to make improvements as well. They use screen readers and magnifiers, keyboard shortcuts, and screen navigation with logical tabbing and alt text for images. This accessibility functionality is provided on high-use pages in modeling, levels and dimension pages, and account pages. And last, accessibility on sheets. Same screen readers and magnifiers are provided on high-use features in sheets: cell notes, context menus, and sheet grid. Headcount Planning Configuration Manager provides guided headcount planning experience. This headcount planning application will encompass headcount creation, completion, execution against plan, monitoring and adjustment, and reconciliation. Benefits for these are expedited time to value through standardization. This includes a process-driven and guided approach, cut cost of setup and creation of headcount plan, a real-time connection to financial plan and aggregate headcount plans, cut development cost of future workforce actions, and native use of Workday security and business process framework. Workforce Planning Configuration Manager is the next improvement. Workday simplifies the configuration of adaptive planning for workforce planning customers by enabling you to automatically create and maintain planning data and metadata from one location. This reduces implementation time while improving the user experience. Workday-driven guided configuration tool simplifies the setup process and enables to sync the metadata and data between Workday HCM and planning. A benefit for this feature is ability to streamline the Workday financial to adaptive planning initial setup and maintenance. User preference row totals in Cube Sheet is the next feature. Workday adds a new Hide Row Total tabs on the Display option menu of your Cube Sheets, enabling you to configure which visible row totals to display based on the selected dimensions. Row totals are visible based on which dimension you display on your user view state, and Workday displays those row totals based on your selections on this tab. Additionally, Workday continues to enhance the web reports user experience by adding capabilities around linking, drilling, and report parameters. Add web reports links on dashboards. Workday enables you to add links to all web report types from dashboards. By linking web reports from dashboards, you can both analyze and forecast your plans from a single location. The reports must be shared with you for view access. Dashboard editors can now create web report links where they are able to define a link to report. Benefit here is improved user experience. Live reports and announcement retirement. Workday plans to retire the ability to include live reports as announcement in a future update. They recommend that you use report links on dashboards instead. Also, Workday will now display a banner on the announcement page informing that live reports will be deprecated in the upcoming update. Select drill-down options for matrix reports. Workday enables matrix report builders to select the drilling options for reports. Report users can then drill down on the report details using the options that produce valid results. It allows report editors to guide where users can drill down from available dimensions. Drill down paths can be defined in the edit report mode. For this improvement, benefit is better user experience by limiting to only valid drill paths to report user context. And a last improvement for web reports is dot icon for nodes and contra accounts. Workday now displays a new dot icon next to the contra account indicator when a report row includes a parent contra account. With note, the dot icon indicates the presence of nodes in child accounts. And the parent contra account with child contra accounts, the dot icon indicates the presence of child contra accounts. Now I will present you some dashboard-related improvements. Workday now enables the option to pause and resume your snapshot schedules. They also add a new status column to help identify if a schedule is paused or active. You can also now add scatter chart to your dashboards to all Workday adaptive planning configurations. The scatter chart is now in the list of available chart in edit mode. Additionally, you can now use the insert link option in text on dashboards to add links to your shared reports. Another feature is specify integration task order. Click Manage Loader Run Order in an integration task to enable sequencing of loaders. The task grid then enables following buttons on each row for specifying the loader order: top, up, down, or bottom. When you set a loader sequence, the progress monitor window and logs enumerate the loaders to help you troubleshoot integration task runs. Workday redesigned and improved the financial plan publishing experience as well. They increase performance by reducing the publishing payload size and optimizing the import process. The interface now includes more accurate error and status messages and more publishing details. And now following improvements have been done. A redesigned publishing pipeline to generate smaller publishing payloads through a custom Workday integration, improving performance. Optimized import through new web service with validations processing after data has been received, and updated publishing page to track end-to-end publishing history and error messages. For this feature, benefit is improved performance, a smaller publishing payload, and better user experience on the publishing page through more visibility into publishing progress. And finally, some improvements have been made also for imports. Replace mode is now introduced also for standard sheets. Also, there are improvements for parallel import modes. Benefit for this improvement is that users should expect to see 20 times faster import times for sheets with over 20 million cells. So before the end of my presentation, let me show you the roadmap. Current features are on the top of this slide. I have presented some of them during my presentation. In the lower part of the slide, you can see future enhancement and improvements which are under development and planned in the next releases. They are divided into 3 topic areas. The community strategy is to implement these investment themes. Insight, the ability to make intelligent and data-informed decisions with such future improvements as personal motifs and unified UI for admin sheets. Agility, the ability to plan, execute, and analyze your business with planned future features, financial planning configuration, manager, translated actuals, office apps for Mac, valid combination in modeling, bulk user deletion, local version for all changes, and provide bring your own key with tenant level encryption. And the last topic is efficiency, the ability to support your users and technology at scale. With such future enhancement as performance and scale for reports and data export, application lifecycle management, time-scoped cube and modeled calculations, and matrix reports on dashboards. So this is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much for joining us in this webinar. In case you have any questions, you are welcome to contact me. Also, we kindly ask you to leave the feedback in order to improve our future presentations. Have a good day ahead.